Welcome back, guys. Sorry, our Saturday uploads have been a little delayed. We both got COVID right across our normal recording schedule, so we were a little behind. But we have more exciting news for you, courtesy of Heroclix Worlds, their little premiere. We've got some screenshots from their broadcasted announcement, and we want to show that information off to you guys so you're aware of all the good Heroclix content coming your way. I know that I, for one, am very excited about this new stuff.
Yeah, this video was supposed to go up a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, but we got COVID.
Yeah. Still very excited for everything.
Exactly, still super hype. So, starting us off, we've got the next set to be released, Avengers Forever. We're getting more Marvel sets because, as we all know, we love Marvel.
Yeah, but I'm really pissed that this comes out now and not while we were doing our sealed thing where I needed Avengers and there was 10 trillion fucking X-Men sets.
I like my X-Men, so that was funny. But yes, we've got Avengers Forever, and first off, we've got the Guardians of the Galaxy. So this should be fun, especially since the Guardians of the Galaxy team ability is a relatively new ability. I did not know this until I looked at all the characters that have the Guardians team ability, and they've all been released in the last year and a half. So more Guardians team ability for your team players to copy, and the ability is just good. It's a strong ability. So
yeah, I mean, the last time we got one was what, Yondu?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah,
from War of the Realms.
Yeah. Also, Mantis is going to be a super cool figure. There should be some inspiration from the movies for these as well, which should be interesting. So I'm excited for these.
And we've got more villains. We've got Gore, Thanos, Mysterio. Just some good, cool more villains to have. You need more Thanoses for the Cosmo Swap one with the Watcher.
Yeah, yeah. Always need more Thanoses. Thank you very much for that.
Yeah. We got some more Iron Man, which our friend will be happy about. The Hulkbuster suit looks kind of ridiculous. It looks a little bit like Samus.
Yeah, or like a Mechazord or some shit.
Yeah,
I think it's funny.
It's very weird. It's very weird, but it's cool.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm an Iron Man fanboy. Call me unoriginal, I don't care. So I'm excited for the Iron Man army.
Yeah, and then Warp World is back.
Yeah,
which is cool because you couldn't really build a Warp World team. You only had the 8 chases, 6 chases.
I think it's like 7 or 8 chases from Rise and Fall, or all the Warp World characters, and they're all like 1,000,000 points. So you can't build a team out of them, which is really annoying.
So they spoiled Ghost Panther, which is Ghost Rider Black Panther.
Yeah, which is very funny.
Yeah, and he makes his father, which is a leopard. Yeah. This figure's really good. If you actually, it's a chase. It should be, right? Comes with Mystic's Defender, which reminds me of our good friend Weapon Hex, who's also Mystic's Defender. So that should be exciting. Maybe throw those on a team together. He comes in at 125 points or 75 points for his lower dial. A lot of health on this thing on either click. He's got traded poison, and it deals penetrating damage, which is always nice. And when he attacks, you modify his attack by +1 for each target that has been damaged this turn. So you want to run him in, surround him by 5 enemies, poison everybody, and then get +1,000,000 attack and just murder everybody with the Blades, Claws, Fangs, outwitting any annoying defenses on the way. Yeah, the big thing that he does is he has Steel Energy, heals 2 clicks instead of 1.
Yeah, which is
so
nuts.
When he's down on, he has this almost his entire dial.
Yeah.
So on wherever he is,
all of his clicks except for his starting clicks on each line have that Steel Energy. His defense powers leave a little bit to be wanting. Invulnerability is not great. Toughness on an 18, not amazing. The 17s especially when he drops down, but with that defender's team ability, we can bring him up to a 19, and then the combat reflexes, which is where he wants to be, can push him up to a 21 in Magical Christmas Land, and then he can heal up. The big thing is going to be the healing, and then the Mystic's team ability. Throw he doesn't have any stop clicks, but if you throw the Soul Sword on this guy, he's going to have a fuck ton of healing. It's going to be just very hard to kill.
I'm kind of okay with them doing low defenses and not very many defensive options because it lets them do a longer dial like the old figures.
Yeah.
Because if they don't have good defense abilities, they can go for a while because they can take some damage.
Yeah.
And then with some of the new equipment that's out there and the relics and stuff that just come out later, there's just good ways to mitigate that. And then there's going to be new items things that are going to be fun with this too.
Yeah, and also notably the T'Chaka token that he summons is a large token, so it carries him around. The bystander carries him around, which is really nice for positioning. He summons that at the beginning of the game. If he was X-Men, we could do some swapping stuff, but he is an Avenger, so keep an eye out for your swap Captain Americas to make that large token that's the Charge Blade Exploit Weakness.
Yeah, just for free, 75 points. Because you can swap him into Captain Falcon.
Yeah, who then will get you your Red Wing and stuff. Yeah. So there's definitely some interesting Avengers swap stuff here going on with that if you don't want to just front him, if you want to bring in for that T'Chaka token. So that's a very interesting token to be taking there. It's a violent piece on its own, requires at least 3 damage or some penetrating because it's got that 18 invulnerable, which is nice. I now that you mentioned it, I do kind of like, since he's got such a long dial, if he had invincible the whole way down, that'd be a pain in the ass to actually fucking kill him. So I do kind of like, although for 125 points, I don't know. Yeah. He's got a lot of healing built in as well, so we can't make him too tanky.
Yeah. We've got Echo as well from the set. She's going to be a super.
Phoenix Echo.
Phoenix Echo.
She's been around for a while in the comics, but we haven't seen this character represented in the Heroclix game yet.
Yeah, the last Phoenix we got was Logan.
true. Yeah. And there's been like 15 million Jean Grey Phoenixes. But currently in the comics, the Phoenix is passed on to Echo, which is cool. There's no way in hell that they're going to ever introduce this mechanic or this like experience in the Echo TV show that's coming up soon for Disney Plus. But maybe they hint at it. They're not going to, but maybe they hint at it, so that'd be cool.
She's a pretty cool piece. She copies abilities. I mean, she does what Echo does. Just a nice sculpt. I collect the Phoenixes, so this will be one that I'll have to pick up. Yeah. Which is kind of nice.
Cosmic is always nice. Expected on a Phoenix, but Cosmic Invincible, never bad. Hypersonic, 2 targets, I believe. Yeah, 2 targets. So you Hypersonic in there, smash 2 people, do some damage. Not awful, not crazy.
Yeah, she's all right.
Yeah.
We got a good support for Mystics with Wong.
Mr. Wongers.
This Wong is pretty good. He's got the Mystics team ability, which is cool for 40 points. It gives you just something to think on. Yeah. He's got a phasing teleport, and once per turn, when an adjacent friendly character with mystical keyword begins a move, after resolutions, you may place Wong in a square adjacent to them. So if you move somebody up, Wong is there to support. Yeah. And he has enhancement on his top dial, and then on his bottom, he's got support.
Yeah.
So he's gonna run in there and make your guys shoot a little bit better. So you put him with a Doctor Strange or
Blackheart even.
Yeah. And shoot, and then he's got Force Blast. So even if you're playing like Weapon Hex and you run Weapon Hex up, kill somebody or hit them, Wong can come up and then blast them back after Weapon Hex deals all the damage.
Because he's not carried, so he can still take actions afterwards. You can get that enhancement, and you can get that support, and you can get that Force Blast, which is super nice. He's got the willpower to keep going the whole time. He can keep rolling off, and Energy Shield deflections on the top, especially for that enhancement dial, means that hopefully he's a little harder to hit. Also, he's like a little utility piece. Your opponent's not going to really want to target him if they can help it. But if they do hit him for only a couple damage, he gets onto that healing click, and then they have to target him with him. And he's got Mystics the whole time, so nice little utility piece for Mystics team. Also a common, should be a nice little easy pickup for those Mystics teams.
Next, finally, something that I am very happy with because it's been forever.
Yeah, we got a DC set.
We got Batman Team Up. Very excited for this. This set is going to be cracked.
Yeah.
I recommend buying a lot of this set.
As a non-DC fan, I'm even excited for this. One of the coolest things that one of the X-Men sets have done in the past is X-Men House of X did the team-up abilities, and this is called Batman Team-Up. If we're not getting team-up abilities, I'm going to be very mad.
I think we got some from one of the older Justice League sets.
Yeah, something like
that. But yeah, if we do that, that's cool.
Yeah.
And they're also putting in just a bunch of cool storyline stuff from DC Comics, and there's something really cool I'm really happy about. But we are getting some new versions of the 4 Superman that replace Superman on Death of Superman, and maybe we'll get a Death of Superman as well. So they've already spoiled Steel.
I can't help you with this. I don't know DC. We'll call it Executioner.
Yeah, no, it's I forget his name. It's a Steel, Robot Superman, Superboy, and then I believe it's Executioner. I don't remember his name. Yeah. But so those guys got spoiled, and those are really cool.
Also, notably on these, we've got the colored bases again, something that they're bringing back from Disney Plus. We saw that in.
Oh, yeah.
So that'll be fun. It's not going to be as fun as the Disney Plus ones, where the colored base kind of differentiated what show they were in. For the most part, that was 100%, but it was like 90%.
It was pretty reliable.
But that was super cool. So seeing those different colored bases as well is going to be cool.
Yeah. We've also got some iconic just Batman characters. I like this jumpsuit, Harley Quinn.
Yeah.
It's just super cool. Purple suit, Joker. Yeah. This Joker looks like the one from like the Arkham games.
Yeah.
This Clayface is amazing. We'll get into him because they spoiled him too.
All I'm saying is I want the Jared Leto Joker.
Yeah, I like this ripped Batman. He looks like the Dark Knight Returns older Batman.
Yeah.
Because you also have like the Adam West Batman in here too. And then Scarecrow, that's just very iconic comic book Scarecrow. All these sculpts look amazing.
Yeah. And then we've got Batman. Notice that this is a different Batman sculpt than the other 2 we already saw, so that's at least 3 Batman confirmed for this set. It is a Batman team-up set, not DC team-up set, so there's probably like 10 Batman in here, which would be super cool if you're Batman.
One thing I noticed on this Batman is he's got like 5 billion keywords.
Yeah, he does have 1 million keywords, so that's fun. He'll go on a lot of things. He's a 75-point or a 50-point, more of a utility piece. He's got Rally on all 3s, which I believe we've only seen on Yondu so far. I don't know why Yondu has Rally on all 3s, but hopefully we get a more thematic reason for all these DC characters to have a Rally on all 3s. His says, remove a rally die to choose a friendly character within range and line of fire. That chosen character has Safeguard Opposing Perplexes. And he has Perplex as well, so he can knock their abilities up and keep them safe from opposing Perplexes, which is nice. Gives them a tiny bit of like the Guardians team ability. Not exactly, but close, which is very powerful. And with Team Player, if you're mixing universes, he can even get Guardians team.
Yeah, the cool part is that he has the Batman team ability, and then he also has the team player.
Yeah.
So he can just copy Batman enemy comes up. You're gonna be playing him on teams, so you have the Superman team ability that'll come up.
Wonder Woman team ability.
Yeah.
So that stealth is very annoying. If you have not played against an all Batman team, and you don't have a way to break that stealth, you will lose the game. It's crazy.
It's like you're speaking from experience.
I'm speaking from experience or something.
Here's the Clayface. This Clayface is cracked.
It's very fun.
It's a common. It's 50 points. His entire dial is plasticity. His entire dial is invulnerability. And then he actually hits like a Shrug too.
Yeah.
He's got traded shape change.
And it can't be outwitted, which reminds me of that Darwin that I really like to play.
And when he uses it and succeeds after resolutions, you get a Clayface bystander, which is a Batman enemy team ability just like the regular Clayface. 6 plasticity, 10 attack, 17 invulnerability, and 3 damage. Yeah. The Clayface token deals enough damage to just kill things, and this is like the Wanda, Big Butt Wanda on steroids. Because when you heal off the shape change for any of the spectacular, they just heal 1. This guy drops another dude that can then just also punch you in the face.
Yeah, notably the Clayface token, bystander token, is not autonomous, so it will take one of your actions for turn, but that's fine. Even just leaving it there as a little plasticity guy to tie up whoever you ran next to and go run over next to some other melee guy to be annoying because they both have plasticity the whole way is very good. Also, that Batman team ability means that with the right characters, you can bring that attack up to an 11 or a 12 on either the normal character or the bystander, which is relevant. And the 3 damage means you're getting through any defense except for an impervious rollout except for the rollouts, right? Yeah. You're dealing damage to an invincible guy. Even if they have mystics, you don't care if it's the token. You just kill that, you'll make another one, it's fine. This piece is very annoying.
And he also has a bunch of keywords, so he can go on any team.
Yeah. You do have to hit your shape changes, or else this guy kind of dies in like 2 hits to something with penetrating damage.
Yeah.
But that 11 attack, 4 damage on the top click, very nice. He does lose a lot of his mobility once you deal some damage to him. So if you can just like range blast this guy and they miss their shape change, it kind of falls apart. But for a common 50 points, this thing's going to be a menace in draft. Keep your eye out for this thing.
I like this thing.
Yeah.
Also, in this Batman team set, I'm not super excited about these, but they're really cool. Teen Titans Go. We're getting a bunch of characters from them. They spoiled a bunch. They spoiled the Hive. They spoiled Darkseid from Go. Red X. I'm very happy about Red X. Not happy that it's Teen Titans Go Red X. I'd rather be Teen Titans Red X. Yeah. But we get a Red X. We don't have a Red X. There's no Red X. It's like static. There's only 3 statics.
Yeah. We also get Gizmo, and I can't remember the pink-haired devil girl.
Jinx.
Gizmo and Jinx are also really funny.
Evil Raven and Blackfire.
Yep. We also obviously get the Teen Titans themselves.
Yeah. We got the heroes for everybody that's on it. So you have Robin, Beast Boy, Raven.
I believe there's a Quake in here, and we also get Batgirl, which is super funny. I think that this team is going to be very funny. I expect this to play similar to the Spooktacular, where you can kind of build it just within itself, but also they're splashable outside of that. We do have the Robin spoiled, the first figure of this set, so hopefully most of these guys are commons, uncommons, rares, so they're pretty easy to collect. Yeah. These figures are going to be really, really fun. I'm a fan of Teen Titans. Teen Titans Go annoyed me when it first came out, but honestly, it's not that bad. I recommend that you kind of pay attention to the later seasons. At this point, it definitely feels like the show creators are like, listen, we scared off. Nobody's paying attention to us anymore. We can make the actual good Teen Titans show now. There's a lot of really funny stuff that they do often that I see in little clips. But this guy's 25-point leadership.
Yeah.
That's all you need to know about this piece, honestly. He's stealth on the Batman team ability. He's got outwit if you hit him a little bit, precision strike. He's got leap climb, which is not a movement attack, but it's fine. This is the skinny Steve of this set. He's going to be your 25-point leadership for celebrities and detectives, as well as your Batman family, Gotham City, and Teen Titans teams with the Teen Titans ability.
Every character that they've showed off so far for the set is also a celebrity. There's a lot of celebrities in here.
Yeah.
There's a lot of celebrities in Disney Plus.
Exactly.
This guy is better than Skinny Steve because celebrity and detective is a very popular team right now in meta. Yeah. So having a 25-point splashable piece, that's your extra leadership and a utility piece is really nice. And then celebrity just has a bunch of support. Like the Ghost Panther that we read off is also a celebrity.
Yeah.
So we're still building celebrities. That's a very good keyword that's getting more stuff.
Yeah. Also, notably, something that I have experienced from X-Men, the Teen Titans ability is the exact same thing as the X-Men abilities, just for DC. When your character doesn't lose any of their colored abilities, if they take 1 damage to themselves, they're a prime target for healing other characters. So on your Teen Titans team, definitely think about picking up this figure, even though he's a Teen Titans Go guy, and that might rub some people the wrong way. This figure, I think, is really, really, really nuts for those Teen Titans teams, especially for casual teams.
Yeah. Something also I'm very excited about, and this set is just everything that you've wanted from DC. They just
they only get 1 set a year, so they got to go hard.
Yeah. So they threw in lanterns.
Yep.
they haven't done a real lantern set since War of Light.
Yeah, which was
there
like
was
2007 or some shit.
There was a couple that were like primes / alternatives. They were in the prime slot.
That's
in the Wonder Woman
set.
set.
Yeah, what I said. It's like 2012 or some shit. I'm just going crazy.
War of Light was 2014.
Yeah, I'm insane. Yeah.
But that's a Batman right there.
Yeah.
Which I'm very happy about to add to my collection. Just to have more of these lanterns is super cool.
Yeah. We get Pink Lanterns back. We're getting Black Lanterns back.
We're getting the whole thing. Yeah. Constructs are coming back from Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
They're function differently than the old constructs, but it's really cool to have these back. Just to have something cool. They did give us one of the guys, and it's Dexstar, which is cute.
He's a little kitty.
Little kitty cat. He's got Red Lantern, Animal, and Herald, which are two of those are, again, very good keywords that happen to come up a lot.
Animal's going to be crazy, and with the new keyword changes that we're about to get into, Red Lantern Corps, I think, is going to be meaningful. Not like as a build-around, but as like a side thing in Animal teams. Yeah. And Herald can always use the support. There's a bunch of really cool Heralds, but they don't have like a team as much as like something like Animal does, where there's like 15 different builds.
But his poison is really cool. When he damages somebody with his poison, Dexstar gets Safeguard Outwit until your next turn. So he can hurt somebody, and then you can't counter him. He's got Blades, Claws, and Fangs.
Notably, that Safeguard Outwit will apply retroactively. Yeah. So if they try to like outwit his Hypersonic, which is a 50-point Hypersonic piece, what the fuck? If they try to outwit his Hypersonic and he's standing next to somebody that he can poison, he just poisons them, gets his Hypersonic back, and fucks off.
Yeah, and he's Battle Fury, so he's not getting.
He's not getting mind control. He can ignore your shape changes. Yeah, this piece is.
This is a very angry kitty. But the Blades, Claws, and Fangs Precision Strike is just really good, and then his Super Senses all the way down. He's very red. Yeah. The piece is just a really good 50-point animal piece. I don't know how much play it's going to see, but I think it's a really good piece. This was the one thing I was like, because I watched this before David did, and I was like, David, this is a very important thing.
I'm not sure how I feel yet. It's to be determined based on what they give us.
I'm slightly annoyed that it doesn't apply to relics, but
we're getting equipment changes.
Yes, so they're getting rid of the equipment dance.
This is like I have to have a hypersonic or a sidestep guy on my or telekinesis on my team, so that you start with the equipment and you put it over your guy.
This just changes a lot of stuff.
It changes so many things.
Like, because you don't have to worry about getting those pieces on there, and you're built differently. You can now assign, well, as of the set.
As of the Batman set.
Yes, the Batman set is when this takes effect. You can assign the characters their items at the start of the game by paying their points.
Yeah.
They don't count towards your items, so you still have your 3 items if you're like Sakari and Iron Man, but like now you can assign him the Cloak of Levitation for 5 points and he just automatically starts with it, and starting with that sidestep is huge on him. You don't have to run and get it, and it becomes a big thing.
Yeah. Also, for your support characters, there's a lot of items that are competing for your offensive characters' attention, as well as that telekinesis action economy, where you just don't have enough actions in the turn to telekinesis a guy over, then equip it, then telekinesis a guy over, then equip it. You're not moving if you're doing that, right? So not having to equip for power actions means that a lot of those more utility and support-based items with more utility and support-based characters are going to see a big resurgence for this. So I'm not sure. It's going to depend a lot on what equips they spoil for this set and what equips we already have. Keep an eye out for more utility-based figures, because I think they're going to get a big resurgence with this Batman set.
I'm a little annoyed that they chose to do this after the set where they did a bunch of swords.
Yeah.
I understand why they had to do it that way because of where Worlds was. With this, though, it stops something that I pointed out to David, where you can run across the map and grab your opponent's piece if you have a fast enough guy.
It felt so bad. So this change, I think, is good for that, but also it's a little worrying. I'm not going to lie. I kind of feel like one of the downsides to running equips, because they're so powerful, is that you have to spend a turn equipping them.
Yep.
And that there is counterplay there. So we'll see. I'm hesitant about this change. This is a little risky for me, I will admit. Also, all of those sword characters, or a lot of the Disney Plus characters who say you can just start with this item equipped, now for characters moving forward, they don't have to write that on them, right? They'll just say sword, right? And then they can just equip the sword, right?
Yeah. So what they're doing with items going forward from this set is they're keywording items so that if the character has the same keyword as the item is free.
Yeah.
So a Green Lantern with this Green Lantern ring, the item is free. Or if I want to put this Green Lantern ring on
Dexstar, Red Lantern guy.
Yeah, it's cost me 10 points. So then I get the ability, which is kind of cool for construction. The fact that you can roll back, though, like, it still makes the swords good because they're 5 points instead of them being the 10 points that all the swords are.
Yeah. Yeah, and also with this, we are unconfirmed as of yet if they're going to go back and keyword old items. I kind of hope they don't, honestly, because this seems broken as shit. Like, if you just keyword the Infinity Gems to Infinity Stone, or to one of the keywords Thanos always has, where he's like the Infinity Watch guy, all Thanos has become broken overnight, right? Same with a lot of other abilities. I feel like it's a little dangerous if they start backdating things. We don't have confirmation they're doing that or not. I'm kind of hoping that they don't. This has some dangerous implications if they start doing stuff
I would
like
think that like stuff like that they can go back and do, because now they have to worry about keywords.
Yeah.
Because like in the Infinity Saga with all the gems, there's the Avengers came with the items.
Yeah.
And if I can't keyword the stone to Steve when Steve comes with the stone, that doesn't work.
Yeah, it's a little awkward on that kind of stuff, admittedly.
But we do have this Green Lantern ring. It's basically Super Soldier Serum, willpower. If they can already use willpower, they get a +1. But you can make the green construct as a power action, or if they're a Green Lantern, that's a free action. So you can make one of the green constructs, which is kind of cool. Little piece that could be interesting.
Yep.
This was another thing I was very happy about.
This is cool. I kind of like this.
I'm actually very excited about this. So maps are a very, very important thing on this game, where you have to really think, where does my team thrive the most, and have the map for that. And
Which
then
is a little annoying when you're just building like random casual teams. You also have to factor in like map synergies, which I find annoying personally. For like my competitive teams, I don't mind it because I'm taking that to a tournament. I'm putting the time through that, right? But for like just my like random Tuesday night casual local games, it's kind of annoying to have to like look through my deluge of maps and try to find the one that's most optimal. It's kind of annoying.
Yeah. But these are a new thing that can replace the items. I assume that they're doing this because they just got rid of equipment.
These will take up your object slots, and so now there's less things competing for that. They can add something else to compete for that, so you're not just slamming 3 light objects on it.
It's terrain. It's terrain that you get to drop on the map and change how things are done.
Yeah, so if you want some elevation on your team because you're all giants, or you want to hide from giants, or you want to take to an indoor map but get some elevation, or add some blocking to an indoor map to kind of cut off annoying hallways, those are now potentially options depending on what they give us. So far, we've only seen this elevation and this hindering terrain. A bunch of the numbers on there mean a bunch of different things. Basically, you can attack the terrain and break it similar to objects, or you can pick up the terrain and throw it if you have super strength. So now super strength is getting a little bit of a buff as well, which is nice because that ability kind of sucks ass. As well as if you need to, if you're playing Batman team and your opponent sees that you're playing Batman team, and then they win map roll, they just take you to a map that has no hindering, and now your team ability is useless. So bringing in hindering terrain is kind of nice, is very nice. Hopefully they give us some water terrain, so that because water teams suck ass, and there's like 2 water maps and they're not modern legal or like tournament legal. So give me some big pool that you can just throw across the entire map to help out the water teams would be very appreciated, WizKids. And I know that you're watching.
Yep. This is the coolest thing from this Batman set.
I'm very happy about this.
This is, I don't know why they haven't done it sooner.
It's Scooby-Doo.
Yeah, we're getting the Mystery Gang in the game.
At least Scooby, Shaggy, Velma, Fred, and Daphne. Unsure if there's anything else from Mystery Inc., although they do have their own keywords, so it'd be kind of lame if we only have 5 from that keyword, because they also have like keyword as support that we'll see in a minute. So it'd be very lame if this was like the only way to play this team.
Yeah. There is a Chase Velma that they have released the spoil for, but they haven't released like a card. It's just text. But so this Scooby-Doo for 50 points, very good piece.
So he's very similar to like the Avengers, Miles Morales and Hulk that we see, and I'm kind of hoping that all of the Scooby Gang has this, where they have traded shape change or traded something, and then so Scooby says when he succeeds on his traded shape change, all your Mystery Inc. guys gain toughness for the turn. So that is super cool. So I hope that all of the Scooby Gang all have shape change, and like Fred gives them willpower, and Shaggy gives them charge or run away or some shit, sidestep, something like that, right? I think it'd be super cool to have this kind of hyper synergy team with kind of meh pieces, but they have to hit their shape changes. If they miss their shape changes, they all kind of fall apart. Because he's squishy, right? He's 50 points for 6 clicks. He's going to get 2 shot. He's got shape change super senses and probs, though, which is a bit nuts for 50 points. Again, goes on animal teams, goes on detective teams. This figure looks very good. And also, notably, a common. The second piece from this set, we've seen the Robin from Teen Titans Go as the first piece. This is the second piece. Outside of that, Velma, which I was hoping they would all be kind of low rarity. Apparently, the Velma's a Chase, which I find a little annoying because I want to get this team and I don't want to buy Chase, but that's why they've made it a Chase. I know that's why. Hopefully the rest of these guys are all pretty low rarity, so we can pick them up.
Then we got these, they're new cards. They're like ID cards.
Very similar.
But they're mystery cards, and you can have as many of them as you like on your siding forward, on your sideline when you start the game. They're all unique, so you can only have one of each. Each mystery card does something. Each mystery card has a list of keywords and clue effects that allow the card to gain clue tokens when a clue effect is triggered. You put clue tokens on the card, and if multiple mystery cards have the same name clue effect, you can only place one at a time. It's basically like rally dice.
It's like weird.
And then each mystery card has an effect that may be used when the number of clue tokens on the card is equal to or greater than the number of clue tokens you have. So one we have is which is which.
Which is funny.
Yeah. The keyword is Detective or Mystery Inc. So you can just play this with a bunch of Batmans. You can play this with Gordon, or you can play it with a Scooby
Or
Gang.
you get the Mystery Inc., which is why I want there to be more than just the core 5, because it would be fucking lame if I want to play this on my Scooby Gang and I can't.
Yeah. When a friendly character with a listed keyword uses Perplex to target an opposing character, after resolutions, you gain 1 clue token. So you're gonna reduce their stats and then get clue tokens.
We saw the Batman, the actual Batman, has Perplex already, so we already see at least one figure that we can do with this, with the detective. The Scooby does not have Perplex, so hopefully if you're trying to build Mystery Inc., at least 2 or 3 of them have, probably 2, hopefully, have Perplex or a way to give them Perplex. Over the course of the game, you'll just be accruing these clue tokens, and you'll get better and better effects as the game goes on. So as you see with this one, when you get 3 clue tokens, when an opposing character uses shape change, you can re-roll the result, which is funny because they're trying to find out who is who. They're getting rid of their costumes, which I think is very flavorful.
Yeah.
And then when an opposing character is knocked back after resolutions, deal that character 1 penetrating damage. Again, with Scooby, we don't see super strength or anything on them. I think we see Quake and charge with him, so we don't see any force blast or any way to knock back somebody. So hopefully, if we get like a Mystery Inc. van, you can just like run over people and that has force blast or super strength. That'd be very funny. Something like that to deal that penetrating damage. Or on your detective squad, getting those super strength or those force blast characters in there. These are potentially dangerous because as of right now, there's no way to remove clue tokens. So these are just going to get better over the course of the game, which is going to try to force your opponent to end the game soon. Because I can just sit there and perplex your guys down every turn, especially if you got shape change. I'm going to do that all day. So I can just ignore those shape change rolls on annoying rollout pieces like the Clay Phase or other annoying shape change pieces that I'm sure we can think of. There's a million of them. Yeah. And so as the game goes on longer, those who have these clues, these mystery case file cards are going to have the advantage. And as of right now, it doesn't appear that they cost points.
Yep.
They appear to be free. And especially since it's implied, since you can have any number on your sideline, they probably don't take up a sideline slot. So if these are just free advantage that you gain over the course of the game, it's going to put a lot of pressure on your opponent to just kill you. Now, Heroclix teams nowadays can't just fucking kill you, but it's going to kind of force those more casual games to be more cutthroat, which
I think this is their DC response to their tarot cards.
Yeah,
because tarot cards are very basically the same thing. You can have your deck,
but those are more random. So
yeah,
we'll have to see exactly. Now, admittedly, these effects are not like game breaking, right? Like I make you re-roll a shape change once, and if I knock you back, I deal 1 penetrating, right? Those are not crazy effects, but it's definitely a leg up that you're going to have over your opponent if you're running these.
We're getting these cool new sculpts that are what was they called? What were they called?
The iconic moments sculpts.
This one is something I'm surprised that they haven't
Honestly,
done into it. It's Bane breaking Batman's back. This is an iconic piece of Batman history. Yeah. The piece looks sick.
I don't watch DC anything that I know about. I haven't even seen that movie, honestly. I saw the other Dark Knight movies. I haven't seen this movie. I know about Bane breaking the bat, okay? Yeah. If I know about Bane breaking the bat, everyone knows about Bane breaking the bat.
Yeah. So this one's really cool. And there's another one that's really cool. That they're going to have in Beyond Amazing, which is the new Spider-Man set.
Yep, it should be about middle of next year, the DC
so
set.
Many Spider-Man sets.
Yeah, we do. But this is a very funny Spider-Man set. There's a lot of Spider-Man,
yeah,
all the different Spider-Man.
It's the Spider-Verse set.
Yeah, Spider-Noir, Gwen Spider-Man, Spider-Gwen, more Spider-Man. We get, I don't even know what half these Spider-Man are, honestly. All these are Spider-Man, I know that much, but I don't know what all of these are. We also get the Avengers, which I find very funny. Here we have Gwen Stacy as Thor. I'm also expecting a Gwen Stacy as Iron Man, and Gwen Stacy as Captain America. Hopefully, Gwen Stacy as Hulk, because that'd be very funny. The whole Avengers lineup, probably a Black Widow in there somewhere. Yeah. So that, and also hopefully they're kind of similar again to the Mystery Inc. or the Teen Titans Go or the Halloween Spectacular, where they're kind of their own team. Hopefully they're not all super high rarity. Yet to be seen with some of these things. Like I know, especially in the previous Spider-Man set, all the different like Spider-Man multiverse guys were all chases, which is a little annoying to try to collect them all. Hopefully the Avengers are not all chases. We don't have a rarity confirmation on this as of right now, so I'm keeping my fingers crossed that they're a little easier to pull.
We're also getting the Sinister Six. But
the Spider-Man guy has Sinister Six.
There's more than 6 of them. That's crazy. We're hoping that they're like the Secret Six from the DC. Wonder Woman set and from the was it Batman? Justice League? With the Dark Knights, where they had if there's 6 of them on the team, there is this ability that happens, which is really cool just to have that synergy. It gives you that extra bonus for wanting to play the teams that they tell you to play.
Yeah. Also, I'm not familiar enough with the Sinister Six to know if this dragon is Fin Fan Foom or not, but I really, really fucking hope that it's Fin Fan Foom. We do not have a Fin Fan Foom figure. Give me a Fin Fan Foom. It's not a 2x2, so it's probably not, but I wanted the Fin Fan Foom dragon.
That?
Yeah.
That's the lizard.
It is a lab coat, not wings. Next up, for more iconic moments, we're moving past it. We've got Wolverine in his bed. He's simping Jean, right? This is the Wolverine clip from the 80s, right? I think this one clip probably has like 2 billion views on YouTube or some shit. Yeah. We also get the Spider-Man meme where the Spider-Man are pointing at each other. These are 2 different figures, I believe.
Yeah.
Based on the rotation of their figure, like these are 2 guys that when you point them at each other, they're pointing at each other with opposite hands, which I think is very funny.
There should be the third though.
There should be. We also get the iconic Thanos snap. Actually snapping with a little snap speech bubble. Super cool. Might be a little fragile, so I'd be careful with this thing, especially out the box. Hopefully it's in a lot of bubble wrap. Or it's like a little attachable piece that is not supposed to be on there the entire time, because this thing looks thin. But as far as this figure itself, it looks like an awesome sculpt. Very amazing ability. Hopefully we get some cool cards and cool stats to go along with it. And that's all we've got for you today for the World's announcements.
They also said that they have a bunch of sets that they're keeping secret under wraps.
Yeah,
coming out next year, which is super cool.
Yeah, they plan these things years in advance. I'm sure that they know the general outline of all the sets for 2024 at this point. Yeah. That's just how these things work.
But there'll be some cool stuff that they can do. But I'm really happy about the new stuff to shake up the game. The equipment change is kind of interesting.
Yeah,
and it leads
dangerously
us
interesting, but interesting.
Leads us to do some new stuff, which is kind of cool to build with. And then the terrain is just a very cool thing.
I'm happy about the terrain. I really do enjoy the terrain. And the terrain is only possible because of the equipment change. So if the equipment change ends up being awful, but terrains are still cool, and in order to get terrain, we had to have the awful equipment change, I might be okay with it. I'm hesitantly okay with it. You might hear me complaining about this equipment thing for a while now, but hopefully not. Also, we've got at least like 5 months or something.
Yeah, we got a while before we can do that.
Before I start complaining, so.
But that's going to be it for this video. Hope this was very informative to you, just to get you guys to have this information, because it wasn't really out there much.
Yeah. Also, for our Saturday videos, we have our new series. We figured it out. I wanted to do a thing where we do online pack opening stuff and kind of have a little competitive head-to-head thing board, but there is no Heroclix pack openers. So I made one. It's in kind of Google Sheets, and it's in its rudimentary form. But keep your eyes here on Saturdays. We'll be having our new series hopefully premiering next week on Saturday. If everything lines up schedule-wise, it might be a couple weeks, but we'll see. And as soon as those videos go live, we will have the pack opener available for anybody to use for those sets. So keep your eyes here. We'll also make a big stink about it when it happens, because this is something that I feel like the community could use for just online drafts. This is a super cool resource that I think the Heroclix community could really like. There's ways to make your own custom packs. If you don't like the packs that WizKids has made and you want to make your own custom packs, then you can draft those. If you want to just slam all of your figures that you have in real life into a pack generator, give them all rarities, and go wild with it, you're able to do that. We'll make an editable version of this at some point as well. And so I'm really excited about this.
I mean, you can basically make your Heroclix cube.
Exactly, yeah, which is super, super cool. So we'll get all that content, that good, juicy beautifulness coming your way. So keep your eyes out for that. And if you guys like the video, please like and subscribe to the channel. We love to give you this content as early as we can when we don't have COVID. We will be seeing you guys in our next video.
Have a good one.
Peace.